I actually visited one of my favorite places, 100 Famous Views of Edo, drawn by Hiroshige Ando, and what the scene is like now. 025 Moto Fuji and Meguro is a drawing of Mount Fuji and the actual Mount Fuji, which was located behind the hillside terrace on the old Yamate-dori in Daikanyama. First of all, I searched for the place from the old map of the time of Tenpo. I am using the map with 024 Shin-Fuji introduced last time. In the Edo period, this area had the image of a lonely village with few houses, and only its location is roughly written on the old map. I tried to describe both Moto Fuji and Shin-Fuji introduced last time. I put a representative station in it so that I can understand the relationship between the places. Next, I added Hiroshige's viewpoint in gradation to the current Google map, which has almost the same scale as the old map. Red is Shin-Fuji and green is Moto Fuji. Mount Fuji is almost west-southwest. Please check the plot of the station on the old map again. This should give you an idea of the actual positional relationship. By the way, I tried to find out why two small mountains like Mount Fuji were built in such a neighborhood. In Fujiko, the trainees who trained on Mount Fuji with the folk religion established in the Edo period lead the followers of Fujiko in various parts of Edo to Mount Fuji. The program was to go to Fuji Yoshida, cleanse yourself, and then be taken by a leader called the Yoshi to climb Mount Fuji. However, there were various difficult problems such as huge cost, physical strength, number of days, and bills of passage. Under these circumstances, one of the trainees who had been practicing rigorously was a trainee named Ibeito, who was born in Mai and was a tradesman. In his training, he was active under the name Ukiyo-e and was called Beggar Miroku because he extended his teaching to the poor common people. 18th year of Kyoho, 1733. When Ukiyo-e was 63 years old, he left his home in Kumagome and fasted at the 8th station of Yoshidaguchi Mount, and on the 35th day, I was accepted. In other words, he died and became a Sakushinbutsu mummy himself. This sensational event made Fujiko known all over Edo City at once. Takata's garden tree craftsman, Toshiro, who calls this Ukiyo-e a teacher, applied for it in the year of his 33rd anniversary, and 14 years later, in 1779, the first in Edo. Fujizuka will be completed at Mizuwanari Shrine in Waseda. Toshiro kept the sentence left by his teacher and created Mount Fuji, which even women and children can easily climb. As a result, Fujiko, which was a part of the new religion at that time, became popular in Edo at once, and miniature Mount Fuji was created here and there in Edo. At that time, it seems that there were so many lectures in Edo City that it was said to be 808 lectures. Currently, there are 7 Fujizuka in Tokyo, 3 of which are designated as national important intangible folk cultural properties. It is said that this Meguro Moto Fuji was built in 1812 by the ancestors of the Fujiko called Iman in front of the Azabu Zenpukuji Gate, and the followers of nearby villages such as Azabu, Shiba, and Kamimaguro. It is said, there is Sengen Shrine at the top, and the height is about 12 minutes, so that people can easily go up and down. 7 years later, Shin-Fuji was built, so it became known as Moto Fuji, and both were on a hill with a very nice view, so it is said that people other than Fujiko also visited for sightseeing and were very busy. I will. Now, let's take a closer look at Hiroshige's paintings from above. First of all, a pine tree appears. In fact, the record states that there was one pine tree with good branching. Including that, the sky is also large, and Mount Fuji without color appears at the same height as Fujizuka. The mountain in the foreground seems to be Mount Jinba and Tanzawa. Below the white haze cloud, it seems that the direction from the present Higashiyama to Ikiri and Sanganjaya. On the mountainside, Two men standing in the crouching hood with a hattori are talking while looking at Mount Fuji. Under the colored maple or Japanese maple, we love the scenery and enjoy the autumn leaves hunting on the floor. Actually, this place is on a hill, so on a sunny day, it seems that you could see quite a bit. At the time of the first rub, Mount Fuji had no snow and turned into maple and autumn leaves, but after that, snow was drawn on Mount Fuji, and maple became the color of a cherry tree. Hiroshige also draws the same Moto Fuji in the picture book Edo Souvenirs. This composition is Moto Fuji seen from the southwest side, and is titled Meguro Moto Fuji Shitamichi. Similarly, a pine tree is drawn on the mountainside, and a maple is drawn in the foreground. However, the height difference of the land is not reflected very much. I actually went to the place of this picture. Fujizuka has not been destroyed. A large condominium was built in the original place, and the wooded area underneath is the Tokyo College of Music. The eastern slope of this place is where the Tokyu to Yokohama line goes to Nakameguro Station and appears on the ground. You can still see Mount Fuji next to the building on a sunny day. If you look at the photos that are a little closer, you can certainly see Mount Fuji. This is the exit of the cut-off slope. It is an old road that goes down through Aobadai and joins Oyama-oken, that is, the current Route 246. This is a picture of the Daikanyama side. After this, you will pass through Yamate-dori and reach Namikapashi. I tried to overlay the current scenery on Hiroshige's painting. What do you think? Well, this is fine, though. It's too different from the original picture drawn, so I combined the Apple map and the picture of Mount Fuji and fitted it into Hiroshige's picture. How about this? Even so, I think it's a little too bold compared to the existing Fujizuka. In any case, it seems that it was effective enough to attract tourists at that time.